Hello all and welcome to the Caffeinated Entertainment Review. It's Art here with day 9 of Video Palooza, which is the book review for Star Trek Deep Space Nine, A Stitch in Time by Andrew J. Robinson, the writer of the book and the actor who played Garrick, who the book is about. This is basically like a letter correspondence kind of backstory filler for the character Garrick, which in Star Trek Deep Space Nine lore is one of my favorite characters of all time. He is the curious Cardassian tailor that is oh so much more. It leans on Star Trek lore and DS9 lore heavily, of course, as its correspondence between Garrick and his DS9 friend, Dr. Julian Bashir. It is backstory for the character Garrick of how he became the man who we first see on our screens in Season 1 of Deep Space Nine. And he is a top-notch character. He is one of the most intriguing characters on DS9, and this book only adds to that lore. The way it's told in like correspondence fashion, I thought was unique and new. It's definitely a one-off book. You probably couldn't do a sequel. I mean, I guess you could, because you could unearth more Garrick letters to Bashir, or take it as letters from Bashir to Garrick, or correspondence from the two. But I can tell you that Andrew J. Robinson, to my knowledge, hasn't wrote any more of the books. But it's good because it gives us a timeline in which on DS9 the story happened, and it gives us a flashback or a look back or a way back machine into the character. I thought it was good. The only drawback I will say is because it was in that format, it was very hard to follow at times, and it was just kind of not tight, and it was loose on how to interpret things until you got into the flow of the book. That's the only real drawback of it. Otherwise, I can only sing the praises of this book. It's Star Trek accurate, which is hugely important to a Star Trek nerd like myself. It is Garrick accurate, and to hear it in the voice of the man that played Garrick, the man that knows Garrick the best, is a Star Trek fan's dream. This is one of the best Star Trek books, and the audiobook, now the book came out in I believe 94 or 95, because it was a pocketbook original, but the audiobook just came out the 1st of this month on Audible. So I completely and totally recommend the audiobook because Andrew J. Robinson himself, the man that played Garrick, reads it. So in my mind, it's the best way to consume it. Just be prepared that it's not your typical spacefaring adventure Star Trek book. It is a more laid-back, I'm trying to think of a better word than pastiche. A more laid-back, kind of gathering around a campfire storytelling adventure. So it's of that nature. So be prepared that it's not your typical Star Trek book. That being said, it's still an excellent Star Trek book. I enjoyed it very much, and it may be an audiobook that I revisit from time to time just because it's so enjoyable, and now I know what's coming as well. On the GoodReads scale, for me, it's a 4 out of 5. On my own scale, it's a read it, own it, love it. I actually have a signed paperback copy of this book that I got off of eBay, because apparently somebody who got a signed copy didn't want it, but I got a signed copy of this book off eBay, and now I have the audiobook read to me by the author himself. So it is one of the books I will cherish the most. I read this first when I was a freshman in high school, and to revisit now as a fully fledged adult in audiobook form was a treat for me beyond means. But let me know of any other good Star Trek books, either DS9, TNG, TOS, or otherwise, because I read a lot of New Frontier. You guys know I read a bunch of Star Trek books. Let me know in the comments down below any other good Star Trek books that you have read, because I feel like there are few and further between good Star Trek books as opposed to good Star Wars books. But until next time, this is where I say, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more, please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. But until next time, you know we're in the throes of video Palooza, so you're going to be getting the CRU tomorrow. A regular old CRU tomorrow, but it's an important CRU. But until next time, happy reading, live long and prosper. I'm going to try to do it, but I have a hard time doing it with my hands. I'll see you again soon. And peace.